Welcome back everyone. Our today's session is on business continuity plan. So here we will see what is business continuity planning, disasters and other disruptive events, the continuity policy, incident management, business continuity incident management, development of business continuity plans, other issues in plan development, components of a business continuity plan testing, summary of business continuity and auditing business continuity. So IT business continuity planning, since we are talking about IT, it has to focus on IT and it has to mesh with enterprise. It cannot be without in conjunction with the enterprise BCP. So it has to be meshed with the enterprise BCP, but yes, the focus has to be on IT. So disasters and disruptive events. So the one which is going on now, the COVID-19, so it's a pandemic. How many of the organizations had actually planned for it? So that's what is called a pandemic planning. Now, the organization or the IT department could have, generally it's the organization, not specifically only the specific department. It could have damages to image, reputation, or brand. How do you deal with that? So this could be the disruptive or disasters which might be happening. Or you could have unanticipated or unforeseeable events which no one would have calculated. So generally, many organizations do not allow all their top bosses to travel in the same flight. So business continuity planning process. So what are the elements which are involved in it? So first you would need to have a project scope. Then you would need to have a risk assessment done. Then you would be doing a business impact analysis. You would do a business continuity strategy development. You do a business continuity planning. Then you would do a business continuity training. You would do the testing and you would do the maintenance and updating. So just to touch on brief on this, project scope will actually define what's your boundary for developing the business continuity process. Risk assessment would actually say, okay, these are the various risks which are there. Business continuity, business impact analysis would throw out which are the impactful or critical applications of the IT systems that you would have. Your BC strategy development would actually talk about a strategy so as to protect those assets, those critical assets. A BC plan is the business continuity plan. So you would have a plan in case of a business continuity. What would be you would be doing? Business continuity training. So this plan needs to be molded and pushed onto everyone. So you would need to do a training. So that's the training part of it. A test, that would be the testing part of it, and maintenance and updating would actually be the learnings that would be coming from the tests and the corrections which you need to do. Business continuity policy. So business continuity policy, now this could be referred, of course, by the internal stakeholders. It could also reach out to the external stakeholders. So in that case, a business continuity policy should talk about how it is going to be, how is the BC going to be? So it's not going to be the plan, but it's going to be the policy part of it, and it has to be signed off by the top management. Now, business continuity planning, incident management. So you could have the incidents, categorized as negligible, without any impact or something. You could say it's minor, some impact, major, a bigger impact, and a crisis. So the COVID-19 situation is possibly a crisis that has emanated from the pandemic that we are going through. Development of business continuity plans. So when you develop a business continuity plans, these are the certain things which you should think about. So a pre-disaster readiness. So you need to have, okay, before a disaster strikes, what are the readinesses that I need to have? So that's the pre-disaster readiness. So possibly you would have to build up those teams. You would have to have a DR setup. You would need to have the peoples done. You would need to have proper trainings given, evacuation procedures. So you would have proper evacuation, procedures written out. Okay, in case a disaster strikes, how do I evacuate or how do I build on it? Procedure for declaring a disaster. So who declares a disaster? And at what instance do you declare it? Whom do you declare it? What will be the communication? How will you do about it? Disaster circumstances. So you would actually be understanding what are the circumstances where you would call it a disaster. clear plan responsibility. Obviously, all the roles and responsibilities in a BCP needs to be very articulated. So it needs to be very nicely defined and very categorically mentioned. Evacuation process, again, I spoke about the procedure, so this would be the process. And resource identification, so a proper resource identification should be there, saying that okay, this resource is going to be doing the DR part of it, possibly this would do the evacuation of it, this would possibly do the build up of it. So all those resource identification should be proper. So other issues in in plan development could be management and user involvement. If you don't have a management proper management blessing, you don't have the proper management guidance, you don't have a proper management buy-in, you wouldn't have these things happening. User involvement, the people who are involved, they need to be properly involved into it. The entire organization needs to be panned out onto it. The list of staff who are involved and who are there actually in it, they need to be properly listed out. And what would be the basic resources that you would require to resume those services? They need to come out somewhere. Configuration of building facilities, so the buildings, where it is mentioned, where it is stuck, what is the structure of the building, I mean structure as in where that particular department is, or how it is mentioned, and also those things should come out properly. And what would be the resources you would require to resume it? So components of a business continuity plan. So you would obviously require a continuity of the operation plan. So business continuity actually talks about keeping your business continuity in case of a disaster. So you would require that. You would require a disaster recovery plan, which would be a subset of your business continuity plan. Business resumption plan. So how do you resume the business? Call tree, where you would have the important people marked out, and you would have the important phone numbers marked out, so that you would have a flow that yes, this is the flow of numbers, and in case of a disaster, this is the way it will flow, the information will flow. Backup of required supplies. So where would the backups be? Where you would be keeping all your, and what would be the required supplies? And insurance. Is the entire thing insured? And if, what? How? Plan testing. So plan testing, you need to do a pre-test where you plan things out. You will do an actual test. A post test will actually give you the learnings from the test. You would have to see whether you are improving, or you are having some learnings coming in, or something else needs to be added, something needs to be changed. Those things will come out from post test. Desk based evaluation or paper test. This would happen where you would not be in a position to do an actual test. So you just do a paper test where you would go through all these steps, and you would know that yes, in such an instance, what would be the action. So that would come there. Preparedness test. So you would actually see, okay, everyone is prepared, and it is everyone knows what to do and how it is done. Full operational test. In this case, you would actually do a proper test and a DR site, and you would see it running and all. Documentation of results. So the results need to be properly documented. The results need to be analyzed, and you would incorporate the good practices, and you would be maintaining the plan, because the plan would keep going. So summary of business continuity. So you would need to do an RA, that is a risk analysis. You would be identifying the critical systems. You would be prioritizing the threats. You would be preparing the BIA, that is the business impact analysis. Why would you do that? So that you would be able to identify what are the critical systems. You will be developing a detailed plan to protect those critical systems, or to ensure that those systems keep running at a pre-agreed level in case of a disaster. You would be testing the plan, and you would be maintaining the plan. As an auditor, while auditing business continuity, these are some of the things, or these are basic minimum things what an auditor should actually be looking for. You would obviously need to review the plan. You would need to understand what's the scope. You would be reviewing the plan, and then you would be reviewing the document. You would be seeing what are the applications which are covered by the plan. Even if there are certain critical applications which are beyond the plan, so then the plan may work on paper, but in actuality it will not give any benefit to the organization. So those things should come out here. Review business continuity terms. What are the terms? Then you should see through the testing part of it. You should see or understand test results, how it has happened over the years. Of offsite storage, how in case there is an offsite storage which is happening, how is that? How's the facilities outside there? How's the security at the offsite place? Is it same as the main setup? You will be interviewing the key personals to understand their understanding of business continuity, their roles in business continuity, their roles in ensuring that there is a continual business which runs even after a disaster strikes at a pre-agreed level. Review alternative processing contracts in case there are, and reviewing insurance coverages to the extent which it has covered. So with this, we come to an end of today's session. Thanks for hearing me out. Do subscribe to my channel in case you like, and keep watching as we progress on our journey with CISA. Thank you.